Everybody, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Paula. My channel is PJ Danita Trends, and I am in my reading era. So I'm going to be talking to you about the books that I've read in or listened to for the month of March, or my top 10. So I've got some notes here. I captured my list, so I'm going to read the list, and then I will get off the screen and I will put the books on the screen, and I will give you my thoughts and my ratings for the books. All the books that I'm going to be talking about today, I would say they are 4 stars or higher. So they are my favorites for the month of March. All right, this book does a really good job of putting into words what a lot of us end up experiencing. 5 types of people who can ruin your life, identifying and dealing with narcissists, sociopaths, and other high conflict personalities. And this is by Bill Eadie. It's a #1 bestseller. So I'll say this, if you go on Amazon, you can preview an audio sample and just listen to some snippets of the book. But oh my goodness, it talked about personality disorders, gave examples of people with those personalities, when you would potentially run into them, whether it's a relationship or someone that you're going to end up working with. And it just teaches you also how to not only spot them out, but how to avoid and or deal with the personalities. So this book falls into the category of personality disorders, and it is an absolute must read. I gave it 5 stars. Okay, next up is Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. And this one caught my eye because it was one of the best of Book Talk. So just to not give too much away, in case you're wondering what the still beating part is. So it says, he put his hand against my chest. It's still beating. He whispers his words, a soft kiss against my lips. As long as it's beating, you're okay. So basically, one of the characters goes to her sister's birthday party, and she's not expecting a whole lot from it. Also, while she's at the birthday party, her sister's fiance is also there, and they don't really get along. He is described as the thorn in her side. But at some point, there's going to be a turn of events in the story. She ends up getting knocked out, and when she wakes up, she's chained in a basement, and her sister's boyfriend is shackled beside her. So that's all that I'll give away with this story. But it was good. It wasn't a 5-star for me, but it was a really good read. It was a quick read for me. So if you're looking for a story with some twists and turns, this is a really good and easy read. The Pivot Year, hands down 5-star in my opinion, by Brianna Wiest. And this is just that year, if you want to change your life, it walks you through step by step. So every day there's a little reflection that you read, and it causes you to take a deeper look inside at yourself. It's a lot of positive reinforcement. It talks about why you're here and why you are specifically here, and how this world would not be the same without your presence at this very moment, how everything happens for a reason. Every person that you come across, every encounter, every conversation. It's just a very deep book. Strawberry Patch Pancake House. So if you're into small town romances, then this one will be a good read for you. The author is Laurie Gilmore. One of the main characters is a single dad, and he ends up moving to a small town and running a pancake restaurant. And of course, he finds a love interest in the story. So check this one out. Now, who doesn't need a little bit of self-motivation? I picked the book Inner Excellence. So I did hear a lot of good things about this book. It's to train your mind for extraordinary performance in the best possible life. So the author talks about a training system developed for world champions. It's a step-by-step manual for mastering your mind for peak performance and living with absolute fullness of life. It talks about how you can develop your self-mastery, overcome anxiety, remove any mental blocks that you have, and to train your subconscious mind. I give it 4.5 stars. 38 Letters from John D. Rockefeller to His Son. So again, this one was a little bit controversial. There was some back and forth about whether or not this book was authentic, but I thought it was a really good read. So in theory, they are written letters from Rockefeller to his son, talking about wisdom, business, his perspectives on things. And of course, he was the first billionaire. So who would not want to pick his brain and get a little bit of insight? Next up, Your Hidden Genius by Betsy Willis and Alex Ellison. This book is really good. If you're a person who can't really tell your purpose or what you're really good at, it's a really good read. It helps you to discover your hidden genius, your hidden gems, and embrace your life's work. So if you're kind of struggling with, I don't know what I really want to do, what I really love to do, what I'm really good at, I think it's a really good read. It helps you to figure out what your destiny and your intended purpose for life is. Moving on to number 8 out of 10, it's the 2025 Old Farmer's Almanac. Now, this caught my eye. I've always had a passion for science. I was actually originally a biology major in college, but they have the easy read edition and they have the white paper. So I know the Old Farmer's Almanac, if you look at the cover, it may or may not be appealing, but this book is a conversation starter. It's got information on everything under the sun, from weather to home remedies to gardening tips to planets and star sightings, just all kinds of fun facts and information. So this one was a must read for me. Number 9, The Crash by Frida McFadden. Now, I'm always down for a good Frida McFadden read. Tegan is 8 months pregnant in this story, and her life is just in shambles. So she wants to put everything behind her. And so she drives and she's moving on with her life and drives straight into a blizzard. But if that wasn't bad enough, her car breaks down on her. If that isn't bad enough, along comes a couple that seemingly wants to help her. And you know they're not there for anything good. So anyway, the drama, the story, it just keeps unfolding and unfolding. It's a good read. And last but certainly not least, best of book talk, I went with King of Wrath. So who doesn't like a good old story with an arranged marriage? It involves a billionaire. It involves blackmail, romance, him ending up falling in love with somebody that he didn't think he'd be in love with. So this one is a really good read. I'm going to have to check out other books in this series. When I was reading the reviews, when I was on the fence about this one, everybody was going on talking about this is her best book yet. If this was a movie series, they would be tuned in. So that is it. We made it through the list. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know if any of your favorites were on the list. If you've read any of them, let me know what you're reading. And of course, if you like the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. I hope y'all are having an amazing day. I hope you have a good week. And I will, of course, talk to you in the next video. Bye for now, everyone.